Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Quantum Papers Limited Q2 and H1 FY26 earnings conference call.
Ladies and
As a
gentlemen, good
reminder,
morning and
all
welcome to the
participant
Australian
lines will
Premium
be in the
Solar
listen-only
India
mode.
Limited
There
H1
will be an
FY26
opportunity for you
conference
to
call
ask questions
hosted by
after the
Confidely Partner.
presentation concludes.
As a reminder, all
Should you need
participants' line
assistance during the
will be
conference call,
in listen
please
only
signal
mode
an operator
and there
by
will be an
pressing star then
opportunity for
zero
you to
on
ask
your
the
touchtone
questions.
phone.
After the
Please note
presentation
that this
concludes,
conference
please
is
note
being
that this
recorded.
conference is being
I
recorded.
now hand the conference
Before we
over to Mr.
begin, I
Mangi
would
Jain
like to point
from
out that this
Bellerin
conference call
Advisors. Thank you, and over to you,
may
ma'am.
contain forward-looking statements about the
Good
company,
afternoon, everyone, and a
which
warm
are
welcome
based
to you all.
on the
My
belief,
name is
opinion,
Jain
and
from
expectation
Bellerin
of the
Advisors.
company
We represent the
as of
investor
the date of this
relations
call.
of Quantum
This
Papers
statement do
Limited.
not guarantee the
On
future
behalf of the
performance of the
company, I would like
company,
to thank you
and
all for
it
participating
may
in the
involve
company's
risks and
earnings call for the
uncertainties
second quarter and first
that are
half of the
difficult to
financial
predict.
year
I would now like
Before
to
we
hand
begin,
over
a
the
quick
floor to
cautionary
Mr.
statement.
Parth from Confidely Partner.
Some of the statements
Thank you,
made
and
in
over
today's
to you,
earnings
Parth.
conference call may be forward-looking in nature.
Thanks,
Such
Krisha.
forward-looking statements
Good
are
morning,
subject
ladies
to
and
risk and
gentlemen. This is Parth
uncertainties,
from
which
Confidely
could cause
Partners.
actual results to
We
differ from those
represent the investor
anticipated.
relations for
Such
Australian
statements are based
Premium
on
Solar
management's
India
beliefs as
Limited.
well as
On
assumptions made
behalf
by
of
and
Confidely
information
Partners, I
currently
warmly
available to
welcome
the
you all to
management.
H1
Audiences are
FY26
cautioned
earnings
not to
call
place any
of
undue reliance
Australian
on these forward-looking
Premium Solar
statements
India
in
Limited.
making any
The
investment
company will be
decisions.
represented by
The purpose
Mr.
of
Nikunj
today's
Patel,
conference
who's the
call is
chairman
purely
and
to
executive
educate and bring
director,
awareness
and
about the
Mr.
company's
Kalpesh
fundamental
Vakharia, who's the
business
chief
and
financial officer
financial
of the
quarter under
company.
review.
Now, I
Now,
would
let me
like
introduce
to
you
hand
to
over
the
the call
management
to Mr.
participating with us in today's
Nikunj
earnings
ji.
call and hand it
Thanks,
over to
and
them for their
over to
opening
you,
remarks.
Nikunj
We
sir.
have with us Mr. Pavan
Thank you very
Khaitan,
much, dear.
Vice Chairman and Managing Director, Mr. Vikram Khaitan, Chief
Good
Financial Officer,
morning,
and Ms.
everyone.
Krati Sharma,
We are
VP
very
Corporate
pleased
Strategy.
to report the strong
Without any delay,
performance
I
of
request
the
Mr. Pavan
financial
Khaitan
year
to give his opening
result
remarks.
for first
Thank you,
half
and over
of
to
this
you,
year.
sir.
It reflects the strength of our business model and also the growing demand for the renewable energy within our country. Despite we had some GST regulation challenges for 3 weeks and also the better monsoon, which makes challenges in execution of the project, we have come up with the strong figures for this quarter. The key milestone up to now is we have successfully commissioned 400 megawatt TOPCon line within a time limit on this Lampacham before 2 weeks ago. That will make the total capacity 400 megawatt TOPCon and 400 megawatt monopark. So total it will be 800 megawatt facility. The further 400 megawatt facility will be coming. We are expecting to start before the within the first quarter of the next financial year, between April to June. The overall first quarter of the next financial year, our total capacity will be 800 plus 400, 1.2 gigawatt. If we see the growth as per the segments we are working on, the solar pump segment is showing the continuous momentum, and we are expecting 35 to 40% revenue from this segment for this financial year with the expected margin. Currently, we have got approval from the 10 different states from the local government agency. Our EPC division also growing their C&I segment, not only in Gujarat but also in Maharashtra and Rajasthan, and we are expecting 15 to 20% growth from our EPC division. Our wholesale distribution also expanding from Gujarat, Rajasthan and Maharashtra to Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Haryana and South India. We are expecting 50% revenue from this division for this financial year. As said earlier, overall we are expecting 75% plus CAGR for this year and coming year. We are advancing our backward integration initiative to further maintain our profitability and increase the revenue long term by adding 4 gigawatt solar cell manufacturing facility. First phase will be 1 gigawatt machinery, which requires 900 to 950 crores capex. Once again, thank you very much for everyone's time. And now I hand over the floor to my colleague Kalpesh Vakharia as a CFO for Australian Premium Solar.
The initiative and the
Thank you,
advanced
Kalpesh.
process control baseline study for
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for attending our investor con call.
In terms of
I,
product
Kalpesh
innovation,
Vakharia, would
our
like to
team has
take you
developed a
through
new
the financial
grade
highlights
Kappa
for the
Premium
first half
3,
of
which is a
FY26.
cream-based paper.
Our total
Paper
income
machine
stood
3,
at
which serves as
brilliant
a base paper for
302.93
coating
CR compared
applications,
to
further strengthening
164.24
our
CR
product
in
portfolio
half one
in the
FY25,
specialty range.
which is a strong growth of
We have made
84.5%
significant
year-on-year.
progress on our mill expansion
EBITDA
and
increased by
upgradation projects.
121.9% to 43.28 CR,
Displacement system
with
DBS
EBITDA margin
for our
also
wood
improving to
pulp mill
14.29%
is advancing well,
from
and once
11.88%
commissioned will
last year,
enhance the quality and
primarily
yield
driven
of
by
our
higher
wood
operating
pulp
leverage and
while
improved product mix.
delivering operational cost
PAT
savings.
grew
The
118.7% to
installation of two
28.60
multi-grade
crore,
filters,
with PAT margin
MGS,
expanding by
for surface water
148 basis
filtration
points
has
to
been completed,
9.44%.
which will improve the
Our
quality
earning per share
of
also
input water
increased
used
for
in
half
our
one
production.
FY26 stood
Further,
at
we are proud to have
14.19, up
successfully
from
executed
6.63 in the same period last
European
year.
Union Deforestation
On the balance sheet
Regulation,
front, the company
EUDR,
continues to maintain
and
a
Forest
healthy
Stewardship
financial
Council
position
FSC
with a net
compliant
debt to
orders
equity ratio
included,
of just
reinforcing
0.05
our
as
strong
of September
commitment to
2025,
responsible sourcing,
reflecting our prudent capital
combating
management and
deforestation,
strong
and
cash
promoting
generation.
sustainable
The
management
commissioning
of
of our
natural
new
resources.
400 megawatt TOPCon line
We
during
achieved
the
our highest ever
October
quarterly
month marks a
distribution
key
of
capacity milestone and is
18.21 lakh
expected to further strengthen our top line
clonal
and margin
saplings
performance
under
in
the
the coming
Social
quarters.
Farm Forestry Program,
We fully remain
taking the
committed
total
to
number of
maintaining strong
beneficiary
financial
farmers
discipline
to
while supporting our next phase of growth,
17,343.
including the upcoming solar
This
cell
initiative
manufacturing
not
project.
only strengthens
Thank
our
you so much
raw material
for listening to
sustainability,
me,
but
and you
also
can now
continues to
just
create
bring
a
out your
meaningful
questions, whatever you have to us.
socio-economic
Thank you so
impact
much.
in rural communities. With that, I would now like to invite our CFO, Mr. Vikram Khaitan, to
Participants who
share
would
the
like to ask
financial
the
highlights
questions
for the
may raise
quarter
their
and half
hands.
year. Over to you.
Thank you, sir, and good afternoon, everyone. For the quarter under review, our operational income stood at rupees 280 crores.
Mr. Raman, please unmute yourself and introduce
25.5%.
yourself.
This increase of
Hello, sir. Can
57
you
crores
hear me?
over the previous quarter
Yes.
was primarily driven
So,
by
hi,
higher
sir. I'm
paper
Raman from
production and
Sequent
sales
Investment.
following the
I have
successful
a
upgradation
few
of
questions
paper
with
machine
respect to the
4.
company. What's our
Overall
current order
production
book?
during the quarter was higher by
Raman,
3,500
as
tons
we
as
said
compared to
earlier
the
as
same
well, we are
period
working
last
in a
year.
three segment.
The
One is our
EBITDA for the
pump
quarter
segment,
stood at
where we have a
rupees
purchase
34
order
crore
for
with EBITDA margin at
next
12.3%,
2 to 4 months.
lower by 582
In
basis points on quarter-to-quarter
distribution,
basis.
we have a
The contraction in margin was mainly due to decline in net
66
sales realization
distributor,
by rupees
but we take
3,200 per
every
ton,
month order
in line with the
because
overall industry
there is
trend
always a
affected by
fluctuation of
import.
15 to 20
In addition, production
paisa
cost increased by
in
around rupees
per
1,300 per
watt
ton,
in the
largely on account of higher agro and
pricing.
wood-based raw
And for our
material
retail,
prices due to
we
the
get
floods in the
everyday
Punjab.
order.
Our
So
PAT
for
the
solar
quarter
pump,
stood at rupees 6
uh,
crores, translating
our
to
order
PAT
book
margin
is
of 2.07%.
300,
For the first half
310
of the
crores
financial
at
year,
the moment.
operational income stood at rupees 503
Okay,
crores.
which will be executed over
EBITDA
the
during
next
the
4 months,
period was
if my
rupees
understanding
75
is right.
crores with
For
EBITDA
4 to
margin
6
at
months.
14.88%.
Okay.
While
And
And
PAT
then
then,
other
stood at
division
rupees
is
18 crores
we
with PAT
just
margins
do
of
as it comes.
3.54%.
okay.
With this, we can
So,
now
And then,
begin
I
the
just
question
want to
and answer
understand the
session.
capacity.
Thank you.
yes.
You said you have the old
Thank you
capacity
very
of
much.
400
We will now
monopoke and
begin
now
the question and answer
400
session.
TopCon. But I
Anyone who
think
wishes to ask
when
a
we
question may
by
press
the
star and one
end
on their
of Q1
touchtone
we
telephone.
already had 600
If you wish to remove
megawatt
yourself from the
capacity,
question
right?
queue,
Yes.
you may
Yes.
press
And
star
upon
and
that
two.
you
Participants are
added
requested to
400
use
more in
handsets
October,
while
Yes.
asking a
which takes the
question.
capacity to
Ladies
1
and
gigawatt.
gentlemen, we will wait for a
Yes.
moment while the question queue assembles.
In month of March, when we had a 600, we had a 400 monopark and 200 megawatt poly capacity.
Okay.
So the poly capacity now
The first question is from the line of Madhur Rathi
we
from
just
Counter Investment.
sold
Please go ahead.
those machinery. So
So
now
thank you
we
for the
have 400
opportunity. Sir, I
megawatt
wanted to
monopark and
understand
400 megawatt
with all the
TopCon facility
CapEx
because
that you are
for
doing on the
poly panels
paper
there is
machine
not
expansion as
in a
well as
demand
towards our wood
overall.
pulp and water processing machines, or where do we see our EBITDA per ton improving over the next 2 to 3 years?
And how much did you sold this 200 megawatt of poly capacity?
No, it's just disassemble and dismantle and sold, because always 30-40% of the machinery we can utilize in existing facility, but like only the tabber machine which we cannot use. So usually we have to dismantle and sell it to the the weight metal price.
So you got revenue in front of that, right? If my understanding is right. So I'm just asking, how much did you dismantled it and sold the unusable?
That will be, as I said, it's at metal price, means at scrap price, but I can check and let you
So
know.
what is the
It
cost
won't
of
be much.
production? What is the current cost of production, and how much reduction is expected with
Okay, understood, sir. And so I just want to understand, we operate in three divisions: pump segment,
expanded capacity,
distribution, and retail. In pump segment, we just do EPC, right? We don't manufacture pumps and all that stuff.
No. Because in pump segment, 50% cost is from solar panel, 10% cost is from the pump, and the 10% cost from the mounting systems like metal, and the 10% is soft cost like installation, transportation. 10 to 15%, 10 to 15%, including sales commission and everything, and remaining is the margin. So overall, the pump manufacturing can give only contribute up to 10%.
in our raw material, and sir, with the premium paper that we are
I understood that, but I just want to
we are not doing.
What is the expected
I just want to understand,
we can expect
out of this segment, you do mounting and installation, right?
No, we do the panel supply as well.
Panel supply, mounting, and installation.
Yes, and that project comes as a tender to us. So the pump only we purchase from the partners.
So this has a gross margin. This segment has a gross margin of around, let's say, 60 to 70%.
To suit the kind of
How
quality
come?
that we want.
Because you are supplying solar panels, as well as you're doing mounting and installation, as well as you're doing the project execution part.
Yeah, so if we, it's not 60 to 70%. The gross, the margin we are expecting the from pump division is 12 to 15%.
Which will give us better yields and better pulp
so
quality.
12 to 15% is margin, because the panel have a cost, the mounting have a cost, the installation have a cost.
Is it fair to assume that most of our expanded 650 metric ton capacity will operate at optimum utilization in FY27?
The margin is always 15%.
That is clearly the intention, and
with
we are very
product with
confident that we
service.
will achieve that.
And so my last question is with respect to your retail division. In retail, we are selling solar water pumps and I think solar grid inverters. If I'm right.
We should be able to.
In retail, we sell the solar panel and the grid inverter, not the solar and solar water pump for the Kuantum project. But that's, we can, when we say pump division, the solar pump we consider as a pump division. In retail division, grid inverter and solar panel and kit. Like in kit, there is mounting systems and also some electrical kit as well.
So my question is with respect to this solar grid inverter. Are we manufacturing it in-house, or are we outsourcing the manufacturing of the solar grid inverter?
The line of Arihant from Bowhead.
For now, we outsource.
Please go
and
ahead.
Is there any plan for starting a manufacturing?
It is in a planning.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Any price increase or any change on that front?
Thank you, Raman.
Before we proceed further, Nikunjji, there's one question in the chat. It's from Kunal Patel. So his question is, what can be combined revenue of 1
fact,
gigawatt solar
what is happening is that the
module and
government
1
is
gigawatt
pushing
solar
the
cell
entire
after
industry to
December
pass on the
2026
entire
when we
benefit
commence
of the
that
GST
cell
reduction.
manufacturing in
So they are
Q4
also sort
FY27.
of trying to
No,
monitor that we
the
pass
cell
on this entire
manufacturing
benefit to the
takes
customers.
18 to
So
20
it's going to
months
be
just
not going to
to
be
start.
easy passing
So
on increase,
it
even
will
though there is
up
going
and
to be
running
an impact
on
of higher cost of
27th after June 27th.
input tax credits
But
that
1
we will need
gigawatt
to
solar
reverse.
panel,
So that is
we
something
can
that we are still
expect a
debating on how we
1200
take
to
impact of that
14
and sort of take a call
1200
accordingly.
crores turnover from the solar panel
Sir, in
manufacturing
respect of
and remaining from
representation
the
made to the
projects.
government and GST Council,
Say like
any
when
rough
we do
idea
the
by when you
EPC,
are expecting
that
to hear
segment
from
always
them or
give 3 times more than the
expect them to make change?
or at least double
We have been informed
turnover
that
than the
in the
solar
very
panel.
next GST
When we do
Council,
pump, it's
this
2.5
revisit
times.
of this entire
So overall,
anomaly will be
once
done.
we as
And
a
as and
APS
how
have
that
a 1
GST
gigawatt
Council meeting
facility
happens,
and up
we
and
are going to
running
get a revert from the government.
at full 12 months,
Thank
we
you,
can
sir.
expect above 1500 to 1800 crores
Thank
turnover.
you. The next question is from the line of Madhav Jhawar from SKP Securities. Please go ahead.
Hello. Hi, sir.
Kalyan
I
K,
wanted to
please
understand,
introduce yourself.
so after the changes of GST, how has been the change?
Am I audible?
And what kind of trend
Yes,
do
you
you see going ahead?
Good morning, sir. Nikun, sir. First of all,
So
congratulations for a
we
very
are
good set of
trending
numbers
very good on
and
volumes
Thank you very much.
going
consistent
forward.
growth you are showing.
It's just that
So I
the
think you
market
are the one of the
landscape
best
will
management I
need
have
to
seen in
change
this
for us.
stock market
We are taking a cautious
because
call of not
every
really
time you are doing
promoting
surprises without raising the debit.
paper
That is
sale
a
for
key point that
notebooks.
I am liking very, very,
I'm
very
sorry, I'm
much
hearing a lot of
regarding
disturbance in
your
the
management
background.
qualities. So even
Thank
after
you.
doing so much of capex, still our debit levels
Mr.
So
are
Madhav, I would
very,
request
very
you
low,
to please
almost nil, I
mute
think.
yourself.
Yes,
So
that's
first
what
of
we
all,
like to hear.
on this front,
all we are
I
doing
wish
as
to
a strategy
congratulate
is
you,
that
sir,
we are
and your
Thank you
team.
very much.
concentrating on
Yes.
So, sir, I wish
sectors
to
which
ask you a couple
do
of
not
questions. First question is
require us to
regarding our
push out
capex and
paper
everything.
for notebooks,
Yes.
and
So you
therefore
are having a very,
preventing
very,
our
very excellent vision.
sort of input
So
tax
very good,
credit reversal as
very
well.
short period of
And I
time,
think
you will
a big
become
step
the
in
one
this
of the
direction will
manufacturers
actually
in top
come
10
when
solar
we
cells.
upgrade our
Okay, sir. But
PM3, which will happen by
as an
next year.
investor, our
We, in
company,
any
in
case,
our
will
company,
be
what I
offset by
am
not
feeling that
needing to
let us
sell in the
we are
notebook
little bit
segment
lag
because our
in going
paper
for
qualities
capex.
of that machine will be
That
such,
I am feeling
it
why
will
because when
allow us to
compared with our
make
other
more
peers,
volumes of
they
Maprico grade
already
and
started the solar cell
enter an
manufacturing
entirely
plants, and they
different
are likely to
product
commission
segment.
in this financial year or the next financial
Okay,
year,
thank
in the mid of the next financial year. Most of the companies. So I think
Thank you.
somewhere we are
The next question
little
is
bit
from the
late
line of
on
Deepak
this
Ajmera
front.
from
That is
IGE
my
India.
first question.
Please
Second
go
question,
ahead.
sir.
Yes.
Yeah, hi. Thank you for the
So
opportunity. My
you are
question
correct.
is from the
We
respect of
initially had
that is
options to operate the solar cell
let us
facility in
see
other state than Gujarat, but
import
we as a
duty has been
management
reduced
decided to
from the
stay in Gujarat
paperboard purchase
and especially near our
from the
facility.
Southeast
And
Asian
we
companies. So how
have
do
find
you see
out
the
some
impact on
land
the
almost 3 to 4 months ago,
Well,
and
fortunately
our
for
water
us, Deepak,
application
we are not
approvals
in
is in
the
a
paperboard
process.
segment at all. We are
So
in the writing
until
and
the
printing
because
segment,
in solar cell
and
manufacturing the
any impact
key
on that
things
is
is
not
the
really
water
visible on us. But yes,
approvals from the government,
the imports
and
on
as soon
Yes.
as we
notebooks has
get that
also reduced to
everything
0%.
else is
That is
line
somewhat
up and tied
impacting
up,
us. But as I
including the
suggested, we are
banking,
altering
including the
our
key management
strategy and
staff,
trying to come
including the
away from the
technical
notebook
partners
segment
overseas.
and enter
But until
essential
the
grades of
government
paper
approval
which are
doesn't come,
there in the
Yes,
Maprico
yes.
and
we
higher
have to
value
wait.
added segments.
Yes.
And we don't want to start in
how do you
other
see
states
the impact on
because
the
most
overall
of our
industry?
staff are in
Yes,
Gujarat,
we are
and
seeing
Sir.
a
we are
slight bit of
of
impact
course
in
we have a
terms of
good management
increased
team, and we
import
can do
volumes
so much within
in this
a
current period as well as
little
Q1.
capacity
We
or
have
little
witnessed about
capital, but
7 to
we don't
8%
want to
increased volumes
for
coming
now.
into the country of imports.
We think
And in
it's a
terms
better
of
we
uh,
work in Gujarat
metric ton
or
wise, it
from
will be
Okay.
close
Gujarat.
to about
Okay,
a
okay, sir.
million tons
Sir,
plus.
my another
So,
question is that,
see,
sir,
this is something
so
which at the
many
moment
solar
is
companies
affordable and
are planning
something
for
that
go
can
for
be
renewable energy,
taken
like
into
they're going for
the levels of
hydrogen business and
competition by the
everything.
industry. But
So,
only time will tell
like that,
whether the
of course, it is a
government
very, very initial stage, I
comes
think,
to the
even though
industry's rescue
whether you are planning
and
for
puts
it
in the necessary
in the near future,
impediments to
anything like that, for
further
green
increase
hydrogen.
imports. Because that has happened, the
So
MIP is in
you are
place
correct.
for
The
paper
hydrogen
and
is still
paperboard, and a
not,
minimum import price
worldwide.
regime has come in.
Still, it's
And the
not
fact is that
mature
an
technology.
MIP
But
regime is
definitely the
under
battery energy
consideration by the
storage,
government for
we have
the
our eyes on
writing
it.
and printing paper
The
segment
battery energy
as well
storage
now.
is getting matured.
Okay.
If we talk
And
about
the industry
in
has been
Australia,
lately pushing
say
for
like from last
BIS.
2 quarters,
How do you see progress of the
I am
same,
working in
and do
Australian
you
solar
see it getting
industry since last
implemented, and
15 years,
what could be the
and
Yes, sir. Yes.
the solar battery
You are saying
means battery
pushing BIS,
systems
which is a
already
certification.
started getting mature in Australia. So I'm expecting within 2 years, not maybe within 2 years, earlier,
So
I'm
that's what I
expecting
said. The
some good
government is
movement will
considering
start
putting in
happening
place an
or
MIP
already
on
happen
imports,
in
which is
India
a minimum import
as well.
pricing mechanism,
So,
and which
whether
will
we
certainly
are
going to be
going to
helpful
have
towards the
some
industry.
interest on that front also, sir?
Yes, please.
Okay.
We are looking
Okay.
into it.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And finally, sir, as we are seeing the results,
Thank you.
year-on-year numbers
The
are
next
very, very
question
excellent.
is from the
But
line of Krishi
from
Pandey
last two
from
quarters,
Buglerock
quarter-on-quarter numbers
PMS. Please go ahead.
slightly modest.
Yeah, hi, sir.
Hope I think
First, I just wanted to
recent
understand the reason for
capex
decline in
commissioning
the
of
volumes this quarter.
model
Is it
manufacturing of
purely
400
related to
megawatt.
the flood situation or
That
something
might
else as well?
increase the QOQ
I'm
numbers also
sorry,
in the upcoming. Can
we
I
have
expect that,
shown
sir?
an increase in volumes. There is no
Yes, you
decline in
can.
volumes whatsoever.
And if we are already
Okay. So I
utilizing our
think,
facility at maximum level
sorry,
in last
just a
Yes.
quarter,
moment.
previous
In
quarter.
fact,
So
while our
last quarter
CFO
we
had
haven't had a
made a
room to
statement, he
increase
suggested
our
that there is an increase of
production capacity.
3,500
And
Yes,
tons
sir.
in this
also
quarter compared to the
little bit
corresponding quarter.
GST change government
Is
announced
it
on
because of
4th. So
some
between 4th to
reclassification that was
22nd,
undertaken?
everybody was
Because I
hesitant
mean,
to
from what I
take the
have been
panels
recording,
because the GST reduced
42.
from
Oh, sorry, it's
almost
3.5%. Yeah, sorry.
uh,
So,
10
okay, my bad.
reduce up to
Apologies for that.
5%. And the
What
other
about
thing was
realization,
because
sir?
of the monsoon,
All this
some projects
volume
order
increase
was
has
already
clearly
there,
happened
but
because
they
of the
couldn't pick up the stock
upgradation that
because
we have
of
taken on our PM4.
they couldn't
It is
execute some
helping us
projects,
get an increased
But
volumes of
still,
paper
overall,
production,
with help
and that
of
has helped us
different
get these
segment,
additional
and we have a
volumes in Q2.
diversification in different segments,
Right, right.
we
Wonderful.
achieve the same
So,
number
no,
as
so
the last
apologies,
quarter.
my mistake.
All,
I saw some
and we
approximate
Then what?
numbers.
definitely
But apart from
in
that,
solar
we continue to
industry for
maintain that once the capacity comes
specifically
on
retail
stream, we have
and pump, we
largely a ready
always say
market for our products,
from
and we should be able to,
October, November, December, January, February,
sell.
and March is like solar
And this
month
is despite
in
the
India.
imports that we are
The good
witnessing that
weather,
are
good
increasing.
demand.
Yes,
By April,
so
many people
largely
have
the increase in
they
both
want
volumes
to
is
finish their
happening in
projects.
the
Either it's a
notebook
government
category
project
or the
or
paper
either
for
it's a
notebooks,
C&I projects.
for which
So
the government
always
has
in last
given out a
we are
0%
working in India since
duty structure.
2013. So that's
And
what
as
my
I
10 years
shared earlier,
experience say.
we are
Always last 6 months,
strategically trying to
always
get
perform
away
better
from
than
that
the first 6 months.
market
And the
further
good thing is we
and
now
enter
got the
into
capacity
differential markets
expansion
for which our
at right
products are
time as well.
very, very
So
well
definitely, as
placed to
you are
enter.
expecting, I am expecting
So currently,
good
what
numbers as well.
percentage of our products would
Excellent, sir.
ultimately be
Excellent.
resulting into notebooks?
Thanks for the
We
opportunity for.
were selling
Thank you, sir.
about
You welcome.
22% of our production in notebooks. And that is also because
Just a quick reminder to
two of our
everyone, if you
machines
have any
are
questions,
making a kind of
please raise
paper
your
which
hand
the
using the
notebook
reaction
industry
tab.
can take. Out of that, paper machine 3, which is of a much higher capacity, that is also going
Mr.
in for an
Archit
upgrade
Agarwal,
this year. At
please
the end of the
introduce
year, we will
yourself
be
and
upgrading
speak.
that. And that machine today, after upgradation, will be able
Hello.
to make maplitho grade
Yes,
Yes,
Archit.
my name is
and
Archit
will
Agrawal,
be
and I am from
helpful
Steptrade
towards
Capital.
and allow us
My
not to
question is
enter
with
the
regards
notebook
to the
segment
margin
and enter
profile.
an
As you
alternate
have
higher
mentioned, the
value-added segment
margin
of
profile for
maplitho
pump,
paper.
which is 12 to
Okay,
15%.
okay.
So, what is the
And
margin for
when
other
it comes to
segments?
the margin,
For wholesale, we are expecting
we
10 to
saw a major
11%.
decline in
For
the margin.
retail,
Of
we
course,
are
floods are
expecting
one thing,
15
but
to
what do you
18%.
assess how much of it is behind us and how much it will continue.
And what is
Some
the
portion, I believe,
current
is still
capacity?
because
Like
of overall
you have
shortage in
added
the
400
raw
megawatt
material.
TOPCon line,
So can you help us attribute
it is
where do we
already
see
commenced
the
or?
cost pressures easing?
Yeah, it's
or
already commenced.
how can
So
it sustain?
this month we are expecting 30% output. Next
We
month
have
we are
not
expecting
seen any
60,
kind of
60 to
reduction in availability of raw
50 to
material per se.
60%, and
That has
month
not
after
been
we are
an issue that
expecting
we face,
full capacity,
even though there
because we
was a
need some
kind of a
ramp up
flooding
time.
situation in Punjab, which
Okay.
had
And
impact
this
on the
next phase of
availability.
400
But per
megawatt,
se,
it will be
for
commenced
our
from Q1
purposes, we are
FY27,
not
right?
Yes.
seeing a
Yes.
non-availability
Okay.
or
And
a
1
reduction in
gigawatt
availability
solar
is an issue at
cell,
all. Pricing is a
when it
little
will be
bit of
commenced?
a challenge right now,
From
both
the
from
date of
terms
approval, it will take
input
18
raw
months.
material pricing going a little bit higher,
Okay.
and at the
And
moment the paper
the
pricing
We are
is more
expecting
or less
in
stable.
by June
But we
27.
will hope for,
Okay.
and
And
we
the
do
capex of
expect
900 to
that the
950
price
crore you
will
have
come up
mentioned.
in Q3
So
and Q4,
you
which, as
will take the
trending
date
suggests,
or how
normally
it will
happens
be?
every year.
So we are expecting
what
to
you are
invest
trying to suggest is that
30%
whatever
in a business,
increase in
and
the raw material
70%
prices
will
that we
come
saw is
by debt.
largely here to stay for at least near
Okay.
term.
Okay. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So the margins that we
Mr.
saw
Neeraj
is
Joshi,
at least
please introduce
over near
yourself.
term, it's likely to stay like this.
Joseph, sorry.
No, I'm not saying margins are going to continue like this. As I said, paper pricing is likely to show an improved upward trend in Q3 and Q4, which historically
Maybe
trends have suggested
Mr.
happen.
Joseph is
Q3 and
mute.
Q4 are
Maybe.
far better placed on
Yes.
paper pricing than Q1 and Q4.
Yes, sir. Sir,
So
congratulations
that
on the good
way,
set of numbers.
it will help increase our margins, and also with the kind of
Neeraj,
implementation
I
of projects that we are doing
couldn't hear you
on our
properly.
machines and pulp mill,
Can you hear
that
me now,
should
sir?
help reduce
Yes.
our cost of production,
Yes,
and that
sir.
is going to
So
help
I don't have a
and
question, so
increase
only a
our
suggestion.
margins going forward.
Okay, but at least from the perspective of raw
Yes, please.
material, it is still likely to remain under
And that is
pressure.
that
Yes.
actually
Yes.
Okay.
very good that we are
And
venturing into
we
solar
discussed
cells
some
and the
time back
battery energy
about
storage. But
industry making
as
the
somebody
representation with the
has
government on
pointed
having
out earlier,
first of all this GST council
our
is something
competitors
which
have
we
already
just need to
started
wait. But when it comes to minimum
the
input
capex on
prices
this.
on the
So I
product,
think we should
which is impacting the
maybe
industry. So
work on this
what
as
are the
fast as possible.
representations made by the
Only a
industry
suggestion.
in its own
No
favor?
questions from my side.
Because I mean,
Yes,
see, ultimately,
yes, you are
even
correct,
government
and
needs to
we
have
are
some
also
incentive
our top
to
management also working
make
closely
the
with government.
those regulations.
And the
Like say,
good
for
thing is
example,
we
in case of
already have
steel
our
industry,
contracts done
time and again we have
for
seen that in the
long-term
interest of
contract done for the
national
local solar cell
interest, because steel is a critical
availability with Jupiter, and also for
thing
top
for
one
India.
solar cell. We
Government
already
has
getting
time and
regular
again
supply from
protected
the
them
local market
by
because
having
of our
anti-dumping duties
experience
and
in the
all.
industry
So
and our
what is it
relationship
that
with
in favor of
different
paper
companies.
industry that we
But in
can
meantime,
motivate the
we are
government
also
to
eagerly
make
wants to start
these
solar cell for now as
So
soon as
the
possible.
way that we have represented
Okay,
is
sir. That's
that
all.
whatever
That's
are
all.
the
Thank
consumption
you.
data that we as a country exhibit, the
Mr.
paper
Achut
production in
Prabhat,
India
you can
is
speak
very,
next.
very there to take care of the entire consumption. So whatever imports are happening is primarily leading to an increased supply status, and that is helping
Maybe
coming in
Mr.
and
Prabhat is on
impacting and
mute.
disturbing
Hello,
the
am I audible now?
supply demand
Yes.
ratio in the country, and that is impacting the industry performances quite dramatically. As
Yes,
we are
Ajit.
seeing and witnessing, the industry margins have gradually reduced over the
Yes.
last 2-3 quarters, and that is what we are sort of reminding the government that if
Yes,
this
sir.
is
You
allowed
are
to
audible, you
continue,
can speak.
then the
Yeah.
industry is going to
So
face a severe
actually,
crunch in
if we
terms
see
of
in
maintaining
even in
margins
Twitter,
and
like lot
maintaining
of people are
profitability.
saying like we are going to get over capacity in
and I
FY27.
don't know, I mean, how
Can you
you,
provide your view
I
on
mean,
that?
our
Like,
company is also
is it
representing,
true
but we
or
just want to point out to the
if we see, I already said many times in the past, if we see the China overall energy demand before 20 years, it was 400 gigawatt active power station requirement. And currently, India is also on
Thank you.
400
A
gigawatt
reminder to
active
all
power
the
requirement.
participants, you may
So
press star and one to
before
ask a
20 years,
question.
China was there, and
The
currently
next
China
question
is
is
sitting on
from the line of Manak
2,800
Patodia
gigawatt
from
active power
NMTT
requirement for
Securities.
the
Please go
energy.
ahead.
That means within a
Hi, sir.
20
Good
years,
afternoon.
our
Congratulations
overall
on a good
energy
set.
consumption
Sir,
for
I have a
India
couple
will go
of
up.
bookkeeping
Even
questions
if
for
we
you and
don't touch
then
at
something
China,
else.
still we
So
need
my
5
first
times
question is
more
with regards
energy
to
than where
the
we are
slide
at the
number
moment.
8, I think, in your
So
earnings
every year
presentation,
and
where you've spoken about
year
the
in,
EBITDA margin
year
decline
out,
because of
our
the
energy
NSR and the production cost.
requirement
I was
will
wondering if you
grow
would
up.
be
The
able to
current
put our NSR and production
setup
cost for
government
every quarter up in a
of
graph on
India
the
is looking
PPT,
for
so
500
that I think
gigawatt
it's
for
a little bit
renewable
more
energy.
easier for us to
Out of that,
understand
300
what is
gigawatt
driving
from
the
solar.
EBITDA margin.
That means 40 to 50 gigawatt
Would that be possible?
solar
Like, is that information that you can give
renewable
out?
energy we are
No, I
expecting
don't
every
think we
year
are
from now
will
on.
be able to do that
From
because that
recent
is
report
something
for
which
the
is very
solar panel,
germane to an
including the
operation, and I
recent
don't think there is any kind of
capacity
policy
expansion, that is
suggesting that
120
companies
to
declare and share
130
these very
gigawatt
detailed
Oh, no, no,
solar
of course,
panel
there's no
available,
policy.
manufacturers
That's all
available
right.
in
So my
industry,
second
including
question is
some
with
monopark
respect
facility,
to the
and some
PM3
maybe have a
upgradation.
poly as well.
I was under the
Very
impression that
little,
the
but
original
some.
plan was to
So
do it quarter
the
by quarter,
overall
like 1 million
energy
per quarter.
requirement, and
So
also this is a
have we
nameplate
delayed it to
capacity.
next year,
So the
or
actual
how is that?
production from the so whatever
There
the
would be a
nameplate
very
capacity,
slight
the actual
marginal
production
delay
is usually 70
happened
to
because
75%.
PM4 was
So
delayed because
of
of the
course India have
India-Pakistan war,
20 to
unfortunately.
30%.
Though we were able to
There will be 20 to
restrain the
30%
delay and
uh,
impacts to our favor.
additional
So
capacity,
PM4 got
but each and
upgraded in
every
the month
month
of
there is
July.
not a symmetrical
PM1 is
demand.
now slated
Like
for
6 to
December,
9 months, India
PM2
need,
for January,
say like
and
it's not,
PM3 for
if we
March.
need a 48
Okay, so
gigawatt
we'll be
requirement
done with
every
our
year,
675.
it's not
I
like
think
4
so in March
gigawatt
we'll be at
requirement coming
675
every year,
MT, right?
every month. Some month it
We will
coming 6 gigawatt,
certainly
some month
targeting
it
to
coming
achieve
3
that.
gigawatt. So the
Right. And
companies
so
who
this
doesn't have a
new product that
diversified
you've developed,
portfolio,
I think
of course
Kappa
they may
Premium
have
3
few
I think you
months
called it.
or
So,
few
what
quarters
is the, like,
not good
how
performance,
do we think
and
about,
few
I know this
quarters
is
will
only
be
one
good
product in a
performance.
lot of
But
products
the
that you want to
company
launch,
like APS,
but if you could
who
give us
have the
some color as to
diversified
how we can think
portfolio,
about realizations or
they
margins
can
versus
maintain each
your
and
current
every
products
quarter
which were
in
coming
and
out of
out,
PM3, I think
at
that would be
least
great.
what they need.
So PM3 is being upgraded with a size press,
Okay, thank you.
which will
Like,
help us
I
make
mean, are the
applique
margins
grades of
sustainable
paper,
in the near
which
future?
will be helping us
Margin, of course,
enter
there will
or
be, there
sort of
should be some
increase our
pressure on the
volumes in
margin
the
for
paper
upcoming
grades in
years,
the high
but it will be
design
adjusted by the
paper segments.
top line revenue. And as
Also,
long
we
as
are
we are
going to be
entering in
putting
the
up an
vertical
offline
integration,
coating
the
plant,
margin will
and which
also
will help us make
will be
grades of
increased
paper
also.
which at the moment we are
So for
only
next,
supplying these
I
base
believe from
papers
now
to
up to 5
converters
years,
outside, and they
Indian
essentially
renewable
add
energy
the
margin will be
laminate and
sustainable.
barrier coatings and sort of
Yeah, thank
translate the
you.
paper
That answers my
characteristics
question.
to
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
make them suitable for differential applications like these straws for
Nikunj ji, we
liquids,
can,
then
in the Q&A section, there are a couple of
differential qualities
questions.
like
So one is from
cup
Nayan
stops
Gupta. His
and
question
things
is,
like
what are
that.
your
So we
views
will be
on
able to make all those
overcapacity concerns in
qualities
indigenous
within our
solar module?
premises once
Please
our
discuss that
offline
demand
quota comes
versus
in,
supply in
and we
coming
will
years
be
in
able to
Indian
market
solar
these as
sectors, and
products
what would
themselves.
be the effect of government
So are we
policies
planning
coming
to
in
go
June
D2C with that? Like
2026?
when you say disposable cutlery
Okay.
or straws for apps,
From the
is that
June
something that's
20,
on the
like
card
see,
for us?
there is already
No,
ALMM requirement
not
now.
in bigger volumes.
So
We will
from the
largely
June
restrict ourselves to
2026,
B2B because
um,
we've got a very
it is
large
not going to change so
and
much
hungry dealer
because
network, if I can
still there
say,
will be C&I
and we
segment
do not
and
want
some
to
personal
spoil
project will
their
be
chances of doing
the
good
solar
business.
cell will be
So
keep imported
we are sort of
because
very,
currently
very
also the
beneficially inclined
rooftop
towards
projects
their
are under
growth,
ALMC,
and we
the
will be
pump
availing of their
projects
presence
are under
to
ALMC,
sell all these
and
grades of paper.
only the bigger projects which
That
is
sounds good. Thank you
from
for answering
the
my question.
say like Coal India and the NTPC, those projects will come under ALMC from 2026 onwards, which APS is not doing at all up to now. So for us, there will be not many changes, but overall market, yes, there is a good demand of local solar cell in upcoming years. We don't have any exact numbers how many manufacturers are planning. There are many people saying they are planning, but how many will be executed within next 12 to 24 months, that will be very important. But the overall, if we have 80 to 90 gigawatt capacity of solar cell, we do have a ability where everybody can make a good margin as what business needs. But currently we have only 20 gigawatt running capacity as per the recent reports. 2025 running is 15, but then few are coming. So 25 gigawatt is what some reports say.
Specialty is helping us get about between 2.5% to 3% more.
We have Mr. Sandeep Kaur to ask the question right now.
Pricing, but obviously there are cost differentials as well, and there is a large portfolio of specialty papers.
So you are.
I am Sandeep Kapoor, not Sandeep Kaur.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
There are
in between,
three issues
sir.
that I have. I'd like to address to the management. Will you be able to maintain your margins
I'm talking about pricing is about
similar to last year, or will these margins rise? That's the first question.
But there are related cost structures which are differential.
We will maintain, and we are pushing for the little bit better performance than the last year.
Sir, can you be more specific with the numbers?
Maintain a very large portfolio, and our presence in the market is better.
So I will pass it to our CFO. Maybe he will be right person. But overall, I am expecting a better year than last year.
Would we be the lowest cost producer in the Punjab and North region versus
Sandeep, how are you?
and GK?
I'm fine. I'm an investor in your company, and I look forward to grow with you.
I think you'll
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And we also would like, everybody grows with our company. So I would like to answer this question about the margins going forward. So right now, as Nikul Bhai said, that pump we have got margin of about 13 to 15%. Wholesale has got about 10 to 11%. And retail has got about 15 to 18%.
Thank you.
And this margin has sustained in the last 3 quarters. And going forward also in the next 3 to 4 quarters, we expect the same amount of margin. Probably wholesale can go down a little bit because of the competition. Probably say from right now it is 10.50, 10.75 right now. So it can go down to 10% max, but not more than that. In pump, we continue to maintain the margin because the order book that we have got the margin, in the next 6 months that we are going to get. And for the retail will definitely have good margins because retail and Sienna have got good margin of about 15 to 18%, which we continue to sustain for the next 3 to 4 quarters.
December and January. And they will.
Can I continue with my second question?
Going
yes, please.
Paper machine
considering that there's a lot of new capacity coming up, whether it's Wari, nearly every player is expanding.
10% increase volumes from last
what is your company's
going forward with the
future
full
strategy?
Year 26,
would you be dependent more on tenders, or
would
would your strategy be more focused towards actual users and your pump business?
Good question, Sandeep. Nikunj here. India, as I said, as India, we have 40 to 50 gigawatt every year requirements. So 30% requirement comes from the residential, C&I and pump segment. Another 70%, means 35 gigawatt comes from the ground mounting projects. So as a APS, from this quarter, we are started recruiting the salespeople who can go and speak to the project developer. Because until now, our capacity was always occupied for the remaining 35% of the market share, like residential, C&I and pump project. And it is always easy to get 50 megawatt orders and do your turnover. But it is always hard to do 50 kilowatt, 100 kilowatt projects, and we have done that very nicely. And I must say, I must congratulate our team for that. And that ability, again, we are working in very limited states. Example for residential. We are just doing in Gujarat, Rajasthan, and Maharashtra. But that we can expand to so many states in coming periods. Very easily, because we have a good exposure working in this. Earlier, we were just working in Gujarat. We have added the Rajasthan, and then we have added the Maharashtra. So that that division itself can grow for next 3 to 5 years easily. Which for other manufacturers, if they want to come in this segment, it takes easily 2 to 3 years or 4 years. But for APS to grow, to go in the ground mounting project supply, it may take two good salespeople, and then that's it. Because we are in manufacturing since last 12 years. People know us as a brand. We have so many solar panel installed in country since last 12 years, and they are up and running as well. Just only difference will be they were 100 kilowatt job, and this is going to be 1 megawatt job. So we have 66% market share is open for us to expand. And for us, to keep the 1.2 gigawatt capacity busy, I don't feel that challenging at all in even coming period. Because we are one of the pioneer solar panel manufacturer in India. And we don't have, we don't want, for now, within 3 months or 6 months, we don't want 5 gigawatt or 10 gigawatt.
So have we planned or
that's a very good strategy. So basically you're saying your focus is going to be your own end consumption in residential and pumps. Is my understanding correct?
And we will grow in ground mounting supply now. So if we see overall portfolio, because until now we had 400 megawatt capacity. So 400 megawatt will easily consumed by residential supply and the pump. So even we are adding 400. So even we do up to 600 megawatt for our in-house projects for solar pump distribution and the residential. Still, we only may require 400 to 600 megawatt capacity, and which we still have 6 months to grow that division, and that holds 66% of India market.
Can I continue with my questions, or should I hand over to somebody else?
No. You can.
So can you give me a breakdown on what kind of percentage is pump, how much is ground installation, how much is residential? What kind of breakdown do we have?
200 crores.
So
in terms of the turnover or in terms of the profit percentage?
About 300 crores is yet to be spent.
Okay. In terms of the turnover until these first 6 months, I pass it to Kalpesh because he has the exact figure, so you can get the correct information.
Yes, Sandeep, this is Kalpesh here again.
It's a mix of
so in pump, we had got a turnover of 102 crore, 0.89 lakhs in April to September quarter. In wholesale, that is our distribution side, we have got a turnover of about 165 CR. And retail, our EPC business, retail rooftop, residential rooftop and CNI, has a turnover of about 34 crores. With a margin, as I said earlier, the pump had given a margin of about 15%, which is a profit of about 15.5 CR. And wholesale distribution department has got a margin of 10.25%, which has got a profit of 16.99 CR, about 17 CR, And retail has got a margin of 17%, which is about 5 and 75, 5.75 CR.
In a way, I would say all of it is towards upgradation
Nikunj,
because there is no new
Nikunj,
component which is being
I am
added
sure I'm addressing your
separately.
marketing team.
Our wood
What
pulp
is
mill
your
is
strategy?
already
Would
in
you have your
place,
own teams
but
in
we are
place
adding
for marketing, or
a
will you
line of
do it through
double displacement
dealers
system
and
which is going to
self-appointed dealers
only
or
add and
wholesalers, or
improve
what is your
the
strategy,
yield
marketing
of our wood
strategy
pulp
going
that we
forward?
already produce.
See,
All the paper
when say
machines are
like
getting
state
upgraded
like
one by one.
Gujarat,
So there is
even
no
we
new
support all
machine
our
per se,
distributor
but
in
we
other state as well.
outlined
But
about
state like Gujarat,
340
our
crores for the
marketing,
upgrade of our machines,
we have
out of which
in-house marketing
735.
team.
Rest is going in
But
for pulp
say
mill
like if we
upgradation,
are
which is
starting
about
in a new state,
close
say
to
like
200 crores,
in MP,
and
then we
balance
support
for
our
chemical
distributor.
recovery
We have in-house
and
marketing team. He support our distributor
power
business
sector as well.
to do the marketing for his business and our
And of
business
course,
together.
another important part is the
So
environment. We have to take care
Okay,
of our
go on.
environment.
Yeah.
So sustainability initiatives like
so the
water
channels
supply,
where
raw
we,
water
so the
supply,
states where we have
effluent
strongly
treatment plant
established,
upgradation, that is
where
also being
we basically
catered to
spend in
this.
marketing based on the revenue per state.
Got it. So are we spending
So this
anything on the
state,
boiler
if we are
or
doing
the
that much revenue,
turbines
we
or
do
anything of
certain
that sort?
percentage of the marketing.
On the cost side,
And
the
if
boiler?
the
No,
yes,
nothing on the
Nikunj, since
boilers,
I'm a
but yes,
business
we
myself,
have upgraded our
when you do
turbines
this kind of a
from
marketing,
the
how many
previous
people,
10
what kind of
megawatts
people
that
do
we
you have
were
in maintenance? How many
achieving on
people
our
in
earlier turbines. We are now
marketing, and
achieving
how
of
many people,
between
say
12
for,
and 13 megawatts on the same turbine.
overall looking at the structure. So are you going to
So
have
how old,
a very thin
would the
structure,
boiler be,
or are you
and
going to
is
have
there a
a
chance that it
hierarchical
might come up for
structure for this
replacement or
marketing?
upgradation anytime soon?
see, when
No,
the
I don't think so.
marketing
We are
for
ensuring
a
that
residential
all
rooftop,
the cogent
whichever state we active,
apparatus
all the
that we
call
have,
comes
which
to
is boiler,
our call
turbine,
center,
chemical
and we train
recovery,
our
paper
staff to
machines,
close
all are
the
updated
sales
to
on
current
phone.
technology.
We
I will
do
like
have the
Prachi
service
to also
team
add something
in
here.
because anyway for distribution as well we need a service team. So we use like say every 50 kilometer or 75 kilometer if the or 100 kilometer. So when we have a strong penetration within 50 kilometer radius, we will have the one service person. So in Gujarat we have like 14 to 15 service people, but if customer wants them to visit, so same people go and visit and collect the documents from the customer as well. So they do both. They support the sales and they do support the actual service as well.
Interest cost is going on
To all the division, like pump division, wholesale division, and the retail division. So basically for sales, we need one good call center, and we can expand the sales for residential. For the installation, all the installation happen by the contractors. So we have identified contractors, we give them a training, we also check their installation randomly. Initially 5 installation, we must check, we approve them. After that, every randomly 1 out of 10 installation get checked by our team as well.
Got it. Thank you, sir. That's it from mine. Thank you.
So I have 3 suggestions.
Thank you.
This strategy
The
is
next question
okay,
is from the
but you
line
need to
of
be
Krushi
more
Parekh
proactive. For
from
example,
Bubblegum PMS. Please go
when
ahead.
I look on the social media,
Yeah,
I
I
find
just
your
have one
presence is
follow-up
hardly
question.
there.
You mentioned that
And
our
I see that
distributors are hungry for our product.
it's
So
on the
currently,
social media,
where are they
YouTube,
meeting
Instagram.
their
This
demand
is
that
what
which
people
we are
look
not
at.
able to
So
fulfill?
in
Or
the
some
social
other people
media
are
front, your
supplying to
presence is
the
hardly, I would say,
the industry?
insignificant. Your competition is there. Adani is there.
None of
Bari
our
is there.
dealers are exclusive. They
Your
are
others
there
are
sitting in the
there, but I
market,
don't
and
see
they are
you there.
dealers
So
to
may I suggest
as
that you
many as between
have a
4
team
and 8 paper
just
mills,
for social
depending on
marketing,
where
the
they
social
have
media
relations
marketing.
with. So they are not
Thank you very much.
dependent
It's
on
a
any
very good
singular paper
suggestion.
mill
But
to source their
even
material
last
from.
report
But
I
we are
got
very
from marketing
confident
team,
that
we got
we have
LinkedIn.
a very
We are already there.
long-standing
Even Facebook,
relationship
we
with
have
them,
more
spanning
than
3
4,000
generations.
followers.
So I am
But
seeing that
maybe
the
in some
3rd
states,
generation, which
yes,
of the
we are
family of
strong.
dealers,
In some
that
states,
has
because
entered
of
into
our
business, and we are doing
capacity
business
was
with them for so
400
many
megawatt,
years,
and
decades, and
we were
generations.
limited
So
by
we
capacity as
have
well.
a bit of
So
a
we
benefit
follow
there,
strongly
and we are
7S structure in our
inclined
business. See,
positively
when our
positioned
sales
to
increase,
pick
our
up
service
their
needs to
business
increase, our system
requirements.
needs to increase, but our
So
staff need
basically,
to
what
increase. But
we are
until
looking for
now,
is
our
that
capacity was
they are
400
already
megawatts. So
supplying
if we can, if
a
we get
product
big orders from even in Gujarat. Say like somebody comes and give 15 megawatt order last quarter, we couldn't execute those orders because 400 megawatt we have already our regular orders. Maybe now we can start 5 megawatt, 10 not even more than 15 megawatts order in a month. Still we may do up to 5, 10 or 15 megawatt because we have already existing business and channels available. And marketing we do step by step, but it is very good suggestion. Maybe to expand in Facebook, it is not very costly, and also in Instagram and LinkedIn. So I will put some additional pressure on our team, and we will make that achieve. But as our yes,
YouTube is a very good channel. Today's youth is looking at YouTube, and I suggest also working with influencers. The fact I know your presence. I mean, you have a very limited manufacture, and you're this thing, and you don't have much to sell. But the point is that social marketing is actually seeding. The results you'll get in 2 years, 3 years, you must have a very strong presence. Regardless, you must have a spend on social media and take it from me. It really pays.
To all the participants.
Yes. We already experienced well in say like Gujarat, because Gujarat we have very good so many installers in our database, so we can install 1.5 2 megawatt every month. And we had influencers since last 8 to 12 months in Gujarat, also some YouTube advertisement and Facebook advertisement. And we, as you said, we are getting so many inquiries. More inquiries as per our target. So similar things we can easily now start in Maharashtra and Gujarat and Rajasthan. But for that we need internal strength within a system, say like production capacity. We were limited by production capacity by now. But now with the YouTube and Facebook, the good thing is it's by postcode wise or by state wise. So until now we were strong in Gujarat. I'm not sure which state you are in, but if maybe you are in Bombay, then maybe within 3 to 6 months you will start looking some presence in that state as well. And if you are in Rajasthan, maybe you already start looking APS there. But currently these 3 will be our strategic, and MP we are adding on. So these 4 will be our strategic states for next 3 to 6 months. Then we will add some more states and more states.
Very good strategy. Can I continue with my question, or do you like me to go back to the queue?
Thank you, sir. We'll now move forward to the Q&A section.
But it is nice speaking with you, Sandeep, Mr. Kapoor. We will be in touch. And can you please pass our email address? So if he has a more question, we can always discuss, because it's always good to discuss with like-minded people.
I will put my question at the end of the queue. I have so many questions.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Nikunj, next question is from Nimit Mehta in the Q&A box. So his is, can you please explain the working of Kusum scheme? How is the tendering going on? What are current and expected tenders, and in which states? Second is your market share in solar pumps. Given that a lot of new players are getting aggressive, what do they think? What will be happening to the pricing?
Okay, in solar pump it's by tender and it's by qualification criteria. So until now, solar pump tenders hardly 15, 20 or maximum 30 players can be qualified for a solar pump tenders, and usually they need like 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 solar pump experience. So maybe the new players, it's not very easy entry for solar pump segment. I'm not sure which particular segment Nimit is trying to say, but the current government solar pump segment is restricted by experience and it's by tender. So once the tender and most of the all of the tenders are already allocated and it comes with fixed profitability. In the other question for the Kusum scheme, there are a Kusum A, Kusum B, and Kusum C. So one of the Kusum C is like pump, then Kusum A is like a PPA agreement, and a Kusum. So there are various Kusum Yojana within PM Kusum scheme. So we need to know which particular PM Kusum scheme he wants to know more. If for ground mounting PM Kusum scheme, APS is currently not very much active. For residential rooftop, yes, we are. And for a solar pump, yes, we are. So 10 states currently, we got the local agency already approved us for the work, and many of the states we already got work allocation done, and some states we are expecting within coming periods.
So next question from the Q&A is from Tejas Khandelwal. So his is, what is your take on the realization of solar modules going forward? So this is because some competitors experienced 4 to 5% drop in the realization on a quarter-on-quarter basis. Second is, what is the capacity utilization we'll be looking for financial year 2027?
Financial year 2027. See, capacity utilization again depend, say like APS have a 13-year experience and we are expecting to run 1.2 gigawatt capacity at the end of 13-14 years, by again after 6 months. So for us, we don't feel the challenging, but if the solar panel manufacturer who are limited by segment, like who are just doing ground mounting or who are just doing say like a distribution only, then definitely they have to recheck before expanding their capacity. In terms of the realization in a profit, as long as we are able, say, to utilize 60-70% of our capacity, we are expecting similar profit from profit margin from the business, because we are a diversified solar panel manufacturer who have the solar panel supply also, solar pump in our portfolio, and retail and C&I projects in our portfolio as well.
Now, one last question. This is from +91 Asset Management. So you are moving from modules into solar cell manufacturing. What strategic edge will you have in this backward integration given government TLI support and intense Chinese competition?
See, China is in solar cell manufacturing since last 15-20 years. We are protected by the government policy. So, and government policy is already there from 2026. We need DCR cell, and maybe after 6 months or 12 months, it's too early to say, but maybe they will further strengthen the requirement for imported solar cell within in a country as well. So we don't need to see how we can compete China, because it's like somebody is studying in PhD and somebody is in year 10, and we are trying to compete between those two students. It's a little bit bitter to hear, but this is the truth. When we see the Chinese company and the growth of the Chinese company and government support and the industry support, and it's at a different level. But good thing is, we have our own policy, we have our own demand, we have our own market, and we as a APS, if by entering in solar cell, currently we are seeing the margin, so much margin we are losing we are paying to solar cell manufacturers. But the good thing is we have a long-term good supply, so we can at least getting a continuous supply. But if there will be enough capacity in coming period, there are two types of solar cell manufacturer also coming. Some who already have a solar panel facility, some who doesn't have a solar panel manufacturing, and they are just coming with a fresh background in solar cell manufacturing. Some are already contacting us for the long-term contract with them because they don't have a solar panel, but they are coming with solar cell. So in that case, the companies who will have right amount of capacity in both for solar cell and solar panel, they will have a sustainable margin long term. Example, if APS needs 2 gigawatt solar panel and APS will have a 3 gigawatt solar cell, that called right. And if we consume 70-80% of a solar panel within our business and 70-80% of solar cell for our business and little bit supply to other company, then those company will be always sustainable. But if somebody have 15 gigawatt capacity and if their utilization will go say like a 5 gigawatt or 6 gigawatt, they will start losing money. I hope it clears the answer of the question. But if there is a further questions anyone have, please pass our email address and we will address each and every question.
Thank you, sir. That was the last question. Now I would like Nikunji and Kalpeshji to move forward with the closing remarks.
Once again, I can see more than 56 party for earning calls. I'm very, very happy to see all of them, and thank you very much for time you have spent and all the questions you have asked to us. Sorry, due to time limit, we couldn't answer each and every question, but you can take our email address from Confidently Partners and please send us an email and we will answer each and every question within a timeline. Thank you very much. Thank you.